Hey, what's going on, guys? We just got the patch notes for the mainline Chimera update. So I just want to go through and read some of these patch notes for you guys. Obviously, a lot of this is just going to be first look because I haven't had a chance to play through any of this yet. And I'm excited to do that. But I just want to go through because there's a whole lot of stuff here and try to pick out some of the more important things. The most obvious thing that's going to happen is that we're going to get arbitrations now, which are the lethal alerts that they've been mentioning. And these are endless missions that are available every hour, and they're going to provide pretty good rewards, like Endo, I-10 sculptures, and 6 new unique mods. The important thing to know about these missions is that there's only one life. The rewards go A, B, and then just C forever. So after the first 2 cycles, it's going to be C from then on. And in order to play these missions, you need to have every mission complete on the star chart, meaning that you need to complete 227 out of 227. If you die during the mission, anything you pick up on the ground is not going to come with you if you fail, but you'll keep any of the rotation rewards that you got. Arbitration missions are essentially hosted by the Arbiters of Hexus, and on completing rotations, you're going to be rewarded with, Vitus Essence? I don't know, probably pronouncing that wrong. And then when you get the Essence, you can then spend it at the Arbiters on any relay to purchase special items. And you'll also have a boon that will give you, quote-unquote, substantial bonuses if you use them. So it's probably going to be worthwhile using the boons. As for the mission types themselves, they're just all the endless missions. And in addition to you only having one life, each of these missions is now harder. So like life support capsules only give you 75% of what they used to. You have to protect an excavator for 3 full minutes. There's a change for each of these mission types, and you can read about them here. But basically, all the missions are now harder. And as for the mods, all these look like they could be really good. It just depends on what situation you're using them in. For me, I think Power Donation is going to be really awesome because it gives you minus 30 power strength, but provides plus 30 to all your teammates. Vigorous Swap might be good for Eidolons because whenever you're equipping a weapon, you're going to be getting damage and holster speed. And then something like Rolling Guard is going to give you 3 seconds of invulnerability every 7 seconds. But seeing as these mods are so new, it's hard to know exactly what's going to be the best. This update's also bringing 2 new weapons. We're going to get an Infested Polearm and a Corpus Glaive. If you watch my Navigator video, the Corpus Glaive is going to be an excellent choice for a Vara Navigator on the Eidolons. There's also a new Dual Dagger skin as well as a Machete skin. So if you like those weapons, then you got new skins for them. We're also getting the ABC operator customization options, which is nice, more fashion. There's going to be 2 new Sentinel precepts. One is for the Death Cube, and it's going to give energy orbs every 10 kills. I'm not sure how often this is going to proc. It seems pretty mediocre right now, and the other existing Sentinel precepts seem a little better. Shade's augment is, I would say, similar to this, where it's going to give you a damage bonus for 3 seconds whenever your invisibility is broken. Being invisible is probably more of a benefit than having your invisibility broken as a Shade. So I'm not sure when this is going to be useful. We're also getting the new Infinite Gear Spiral, which is going to go up to 99 total. I don't know how you would ever equip 99 gear items, but I guess you can do it if you want to. We're going to get 7 new Captura scenes based on quests that are already in the game. So if you've already completed these quests, then they'll be available to you in the game to purchase for Reputation. There's also some other minor changes here. You can purchase multiple form of bundles at the same time, which is pretty nice. There's also a new challenge where you need to hijack a Dargon and take it across the plains of Eidolon. And they also made the junctions easier, so that's going to be good for newer players. As I discussed, the daily tributes have changed, so sigils and resources are going to be available every 50 days, prime mods every even 100 days, and weapons every odd 100 days. And the cosmetic options are still going to be locked behind their respective day caps. After you reach 1,000 days, you'll be able to get these evergreen bundles, which are, they're okay. A is pretty trash, but B gives you 50,000 Kuva, which I think people will pick up. And C gives you a choice of 3 ribbons, which is pretty good. I think most people over 1,000 are going to go for either B or C here. And of course, everything's going to scale day to day now. So the longer you log in, the more you're going to get. So instead of getting like 50 endo at day 1,000, you'll get like 500 or something like that, which basically just makes the whole system feel less shit to log in. And you can see what's going to be scalable here. They're also going to give new players a day 5 reward of 25,000 credits and 1,000 endo, which will help them start out. And that's basically the highlights. Hopefully, you guys have seen a couple of videos on this already. They made some changes to Saren, but they mostly just fixed things that weren't working correctly anyways. So now Miasma actually gives you additional damage when you cast it on an enemy that already has spores. This is going to be multiplied by 4 times now, and they also nerfed Miasma's base damage by half here. On paper, this seems perfectly fine. The more concerning change is that they capped out the spores per second damage cap from what it used to be at 10 to now 7. So I'm not sure how this is going to feel playing Saren overall. I'm assuming she's still going to be very powerful, but like I said, I haven't tested this yet. They made some Revenant changes, and really they're just fixes to the abilities just not working as intended. The only real change here, I would say, is the range mods now affect your Reeves wall, which is nice enough. They also changed the Phantasma here. Now the alt fire doesn't shoot more projectiles the longer you charge it, but the longer you charge the alt fire, the more damage those projectiles will deal, which is a fine change and should keep the damage the same while increasing the chance for status procs. They also added new dojo decorations for the clans, in addition to putting in clan notifications. Players left the clan, players invited to the clan, just basic clan stuff that's in most other games. You can also show or hide blueprints in the labs, which is nice. People who are new to the clan won't be able to just grab the research and then leave the clan immediately anymore, which is nice, and it'll hopefully encourage more clan participation. And they also added some shortcut improvements for people who enjoy decorating. I've never really done it extensively, but hopefully this will help people who enjoy doing it. They also added a number of new UI changes that they're continuing to roll out with the new UI updates. Hopefully they learn from the first couple UI changes and they keep the same amount of functionality with the new UIs. As for Melee, they added some additional sounds and changes in preparations for Melee 3.0. I guess it's nice that they're adding sounds and changes, but without any news on the gameplay, it's kind of whatever. Telling us that the new Melee system is going to sound better doesn't really tell me anything about whether or not the gameplay is going to be fun. And if the gameplay is shit, you're not going to hear the sounds anyways. So, it is what it is. They also added new categories for companion mods. So now we're going to have a beast category and a robotic category. The beast is for like Kubros and Kavats, and the robotic is for Sentinels. So it's just going to divide up what can be used for what companions. And they're still going to keep the companion mods that are usable across all companion types. I don't think this is going to be revolutionizing companion modding. It just divides them into different categories. They add the Revenant quest to the Codex, so I guess now it's like a real quest or something. Hopefully at least having it in the Codex will help people find it. And here we have probably one of the best changes in the update, and that's that Arcwing launchers are now infinite, so you can use them as many times as you want without making new ones. The Static Core's charge shot AoE is now a flat 8 meters. They updated the look of all the health, shield, and ammo restores, which is kind of nice. And now the restores are going to have a ring that'll show you whether or not you're inside the radius. And now Kavats will sleep on their beds if you buy them beds. So I guess, platinum well spent. They also changed that players with an active radiation status can't transfer that status to other players, which I think is a nerf to the Link Trinity build that Summit showed off a little while ago. So I don't know. This is just disappointing. They just hate Link Trinity. So thanks, DE. If you guys want to see what that Link Trinity build was like, I'll leave a link to Summit's video in the description. They also updated the Arcwing height in the planes, so now we can go up to 100 meters, which is pretty nice. And then there's just a whole bunch of, quality of life changes. Nothing too substantial. They finally fixed the Grams melee counter. And then again, just more small quality of life changes that you may or may not notice, but I don't think they're worth going into in detail. One of the really nice changes is they shortened stasis recovery time from 3 hours and 30 minutes for the base incubator, and they changed rushing the recovery to 10,000 credits. So basically the base incubator is now the upgraded incubator. And if you have the upgraded incubator, the pets can recover instantly now, which is basically how it should have been the entire time. And there's also going to be an unlimited pickup on Kubro eggs now, so you can have more than one at a time. They changed some weapon animations for firing, so I'm not sure if you'll notice this, but hopefully it's an improvement and doesn't break anything. And if you're using the antitoxins, there's now a visual indicator for them, which is nice, I guess, if you're going to be doing those missions. They also added a whole bunch of controller changes and fixes. I don't use a controller, so I can't really speak to any of these very well. And as for fixes, there's a whole bunch here ranging from Neja's Chakram, now working for clients properly, to Eidolon's no longer blinding you with extremely bright lights, and just again, a whole bunch of quality of life and minor fixes that you might notice or you might not. Looking through this, I didn't see anything revolutionary, but there's a whole lot of stuff here, so there's probably something I missed. But overall, it just seems like they're fixing things that were obviously broken and they wanted to get done. And they also added some Conclave changes here. I don't play Conclave, so I don't really know how beneficial these changes are going to be. But I think that covers it for these patch notes. I just wanted to cover what I thought was some of the more important things that you might want to know for the new update. And I hope you guys found this video helpful. And if you want me to keep making, patch notes videos like these, let me know. I know that I really enjoy reading through the patch notes because they always bring some kind of new changes to the game, and I like going through them. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. I'm going to be playing the new Chimera update for the rest of the day. Maybe I'll stream just because I want to test out my setup and see what I need to improve and what I need to fix. But that's it for me. So I hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you later.